Scientists are pointing their fingers at Cold War-era microwave weapons for the illnesses of more than 36 American diplomats and family members in Cuba and China. The baffling symptoms, first reported as possible sonic attacks, began in late 2016. We want to play you a bit of a sample of what they heard. Listen. Now, Dr. Marc Siegel, Fox News medical correspondent, is here to tell us more. So that sounds like just like kind of a small thing, but this was being done over time, and it had a real impact on folks.
Absolutely. More than 36 diplomats were involved in both Cuba and China since 2016, and President Trump had to pull them out of there. And actually, at first it was thought to be sonic weapons. Now, that would affect the inner ear, part of the inner ear near the brain, and it would cause a sudden onset of symptoms. That's the key here. That's how we know it's not a virus, it's not a poisoning, it doesn't sound like hysteria. It's just a sudden onset of symptoms. And it would cause a problem with balance, with dizziness, nausea, vomiting, which is what happened. And then later on, there could be some brain damage as well as loss of hearing. That's what we thought. Now, scientist Doug Smith from the University of Pennsylvania is coming out and saying, well, maybe it's microwaves. And microwaves are very interesting because Dr. Frey has studied that for many years, and the Russians know about this, and Putin knows about this. And what happens is microwaves damage the temporal lobe of the brain and influence not only hearing, not only balance, but also behavior and
Very
brain
serious.
damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's very serious. Could be either way. It could be either way at this point, but definitely something like either sound waves or radio waves.
All right, let's go to another topic. There's this bill in California to start the school day a little bit later. I know with my own kids, they've got to get up at 6 a.m. sometimes. And look, it's a tough world. You got to learn how to get up and go at it. But sometimes it seems like it's a bit early, and they're trying to push the school day back. The parents are divided about this. What do we know medically about kids and their brains at that age?
Well, Ed, you know me, I'm not a big fan of government overreach, but I got to tell you, the American Academy of Pediatrics is saying that kids should have 8 to 10 hours of sleep in high school and even more in junior high school and middle school, and they're not getting it. I mean, 70% of children studied are getting less than 7 hours of sleep a night. And you know what happens? Irritability, behavior problems. They gain weight. They're higher risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and they're also much more likely to engage in risky behavior, to drive when they shouldn't be driving. So I think that they may be right. And what about the commute? So if you add in the commute, maybe California's right in this case. Let's not start school until 8:30 in the morning.
All right. Good advice from Dr. Siegel. Appreciate you coming in.